everybody, and welcome to Making Security Awareness Personal. My name is Tricia Howard, aka Tricia Kicks Sass, and I am here in person, but socially distanced, of course, with our VP of Marketing at HolistiCyber, Nirit Icekson. Hey!
Hello, hi, hello everyone, and hi Tricia. It's so great to be in person together here in Manhattan, and we even managed to get a selfie.
We did, and we all know selfies are forever, so that's awesome. I will admit I have liked working from home. Being around Darth all day has been kind of awesome, but I really did miss this building. I mean, the Chrysler building, it's so beautiful. It's always been my favorite one in New York.
Yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite one. It sure is on my top 3. And I do hope for us and for everyone that we will get back to the office sooner than later.
Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. So since we are in person, I wanted to do the part 2 of the HolistiCyber Marketing Gals webinar series about something that is very near and dear to my heart, and that I have talked about quite a bit, which is security awareness.
Yeah, you know, it seems odd to me that people don't quite understand the importance of security awareness. Or, you know what, maybe they do understand, but kind of sweep it under the rug. Either way, I think it's a topic that really needs to be discussed.
Yeah, agreed. And you know, I'm always down to talk about security awareness. So are you ready to get started?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay, awesome. So since there was a ton of great awareness content that came out of last month being Cybersecurity Awareness Month, I did want to stick away from the cyber aware tips, some of which we did with help from the community and our own experts. Shameless plug. Go check us out on social because you can find the rest of the tips. Some of them are pictured here. But I wanted to kind of stray away from that and focus the conversation around building an effective cybersecurity awareness program.
Yeah, well, you know, these tips are of course necessary, but the security teams themselves are often responsible for creating and implementing the programs. And this is on top of their already overly packed and stressful schedules.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I wanted to ask you, just kicking it off here, what do you think makes a security awareness program successful?
You mean other than clicking on phishing emails?
Yeah, thanks.
Well, you know, we're both laughing, but unfortunately, it's not always that obvious. And still a huge problem for organizations. You know, one small click by one employee on one email can cause terrible damage. The key is actually involving as many parts of the organization as you can, even parts that you wouldn't think are connected to cybersecurity. Taking a holistic approach to cyber is a must. There's no longer they're responsible for this, we're responsible for that.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, cyber is everyone's business. And I really liked your point about including other people. I was talking about this on Twitter a while ago about how marketers are actually really good social engineers because we have to be. And including your marketing team in your cyber awareness program can actually help it be more successful.
Yeah, so, you know, I think that's very important to understand. In what way can the marketing people be leveraged? Let's talk about that.
In all the ways. Having your copywriter write the emails because it's our job to get people who we don't know to click on them. Have your analytics team look at what is being clicked on and why. And your graphics team can help make your emails look legitimate. They can also help create graphics to disperse to the team that are more, you know, tip related, like we were talking about before. I mean, it just gets the whole organization involved.
Yeah, exactly. And apart from the fact that I'm sure the marketing team will do a fantastic job because they're always fantastic people, by including other departments in the program, they feel a part of it too. You know, it's no longer just the security team's job. It's the whole organization, every single department. And it helps foster the security culture within the organization. And if we get that, that's half the battle right there.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Culture is everything. We refer to people as end users than people or employees, and it creates this exclusionary culture around security. So we kind of do it to ourselves, and it does the community a massive disservice.
We've already hit on a couple of points, but I'll ask you the same question. What do you think makes a security awareness program successful?
Yeah, wow, we have talked about quite a few things here. I think the biggest thing for me is that it needs to be evolving. If you continue to do the same thing over and over again, you're either going to have a really false sense of security, or you are going to have, it's going to seem completely hopeless. So we talk a lot about phishing when we discuss security awareness, and of course it's important, but I think it needs to be a much more holistic approach. Like you said, it needs to be part of the culture.
Yeah, phishing, we talked about a lot because it's a huge problem and a very strong point of entry into the organization. But there are so many, it's actually and unfortunately hard to keep track.
Yeah, and it's getting worse, which is wild to me. Here's the thing about security awareness, and going back again to your point about culture, especially this year when the lines between work and home have literally been blurred. We are going to bring home habits into our cyber, into our work life, right? And cyber is no exception from that. So if you use the same password across all of your personal accounts, then more than likely you're going to have some semblance of that into your corporate account. So that actually does create a problem for the organization that could have been avoided if security awareness had been talked about in a more effective way. So it needs to be personal. It needs to be personal, and it needs to be holistic and year round.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what happened with the Disney hack and the credential stuffing that we talked about.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, of course, we need to make it personal because that's the only way I think people will pay attention. Outside of the security community, unless a breach personally affects someone, then they look at it as, passively, like, oh, that's terrible. Oh, what a terrible thing happened to my organization, and simply move on. Look at how many people woke up after the Equifax or Target breaches. It's like driving past a car accident versus being in one yourself. It's human nature. So when you're creating your awareness program, you have to account for human nature. Make it personal, adapt to the behavior. That's the only way.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. It's kind of a classic social engineering trick. Being a human, what a concept.
I see I struck a chord there. Yeah, we have to be aware and account for the human element in every aspect of security, especially awareness.
Yeah, because phishing is such a big deal. Your humans in your company are either your first line of defense, or they are the easiest vector in.
Exactly. I totally agree. And that's about the culture and making it personal.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we've talked about quite a few things here, and I think we're coming on the end. I just wanted to ask you, before we wrap things up, if there was anything else that you would like to hit on before we go.
Well, I guess my final thought would be this. Something we talk about a lot in holistic cyber is thinking like the attacker. This has to be brought into your awareness program as well, because if you're not bringing in the offensive mindset, then you're throwing money away to fix a symptom rather than the problem itself. Having a low phishing click rate numbers to report to the board is going to look a lot less glamorous when you get hit by a real attack and have to present actual financial losses to them, which are going to be huge.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's a really good point. And I wanted to add this as well. When you add a new service or technology into the mix, having a security awareness program that is specific to that can actually really help. It'll enrich your current content that you've already done, and it gives you a reason to bring security awareness back around to the table. And again, we talked about it a couple of times, so I'm going to say it again, use your marketers. We can help.
Oh yeah, we're here to help for sure, and use us, just like you said.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Nirit, for your time. And thank you to everybody who listened to us.
Yeah, this was fun. I can't wait for the next one. Thanks, Tricia.
Yeah, absolutely. to make sure that you don't miss the next one, be sure to subscribe on all of our social channels. The links will be down below. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.